Hello and welcome to our KalaBash Festival in Aburi. This Friday, we have a talk about organic farming and organic food. We have invited some guests to talk about that. And on my right side, we have also our vendor. So please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Florence from Ghana, and I'm here representing GhanaFam. We have some organic, gluten-free, and vegan products made from some of the underutilized crops in Ghana, mostly grown in northern Ghana, Bambara beans, sorghum, and millet. They're really delicious.
Okay, good greetings from me, Selasie, from the Percy Royal Family Ghana Traditional Council. But today I'm representing the Ghana Permaculture Institute. I work as the International and Public Relationship Officer for the Permaculture Institute, and we are an institution that deals with sustainable agroecology, and we produce a line of organic food and many products of organic. That's endless. So our real aim is to add value to traditional products to be reused by the community where they produce them from, so people don't have to look far for what they're looking for. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Florence Vanderpuye, Rosh Pinnah in Foundation. But today I'm here presenting the PGS Ghana. It's a local certification body for organic producers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm Ayingayure Daniel, project lead for CITI farming. We are home farm service providers. We help households become more food efficient through our various indigenous way of helping households cultivate their own food in a more sustainable environment. Thank you.
Thank you for your introduction and thank you for being here today with us. Let's go deeper into this, okay? We have some different products here on the table. Some of them are provided by you, right? So do you want to tell us more about the products?
Okay. So we have a baking flour blend. This flour, you can use it to make different pastries, cake, muffins, waffles, cookies, pancakes. And it's a mix of flour from Bambara beans, sorghum, and millet, and also tapioca, which is the starch of cassava. And it's great because it's full of nutrients. All of those crops have a lot of really amazing nutrients. Bambara beans are complete protein. That means they have all 9 of the essential amino acids. And it's gluten-free, which is good for some people that don't eat wheat. And even if you're not gluten-free, it's great to just eat different plants. That's promoting biodiversity and also promoting your own nutrition to be getting different vitamins from different crops that you don't normally eat. And then we've also used the flours to make 3 low sugar biscuits, cookies, crackers. So we have fruity, cinnamon, and baobab moringa. They all have their own unique flavor and everyone has their own favorite and everyone's favorite is different. So maybe you don't like one but another person loves that one and you'll love a different one. So you can come and try them. We have samples for all of them. And then we also have ginger snaps. All of our products are also vegan, but they all taste great. So if you're not gluten-free, you're not vegan, it doesn't matter, you'll still enjoy them. And then here we have some of the Bambara beans, which are a really cool bean. They grow underground. They don't require a lot of water. They don't require a lot of, normally they're grown without chemical inputs. So they're a great climate resilient crop. And we're really excited to be promoting them. We also have them if you want to boil them and eat them. They're good just like that. We've been excited to see a lot of babies love them. It's also really nutritious for them. Toddlers, 2-year-olds, they were just eating them like a snack. And then we also have a porridge mix. And because of the mix of grains, this porridge, it's like some brown, but why are we using the term I'm grown in Ghana? We don't even know. It's not really a Ghana name. So we've changed it to Yagrin, so it has a Ghana name. And it's the mix of grains make it taste milky. So maybe some people don't want to drink milk, or drinking milk makes them not feel so good, or you just want to reduce it for now. You can take this porridge, just add a little honey or sugar or date syrup or whatever you want, and take it like that, and it tastes milky. So try it and let us know, and we'll also be taking any feedback into consideration. So thank you.
So I see the products are different from that what you get in Ghana usually. Are they all organic?
So for our products, we use as many organic and local ingredients as possible. We're now looking into exactly how we can determine how far back we need to go. So I'm really happy that you are here so that you can give us more information on that. But that's definitely our goal. And we're also going step by step, because we know we can't start something like this and do everything perfectly at once. So we're going step by step, but that's definitely the end goal, to do this as sustainably and eco-friendly as possible, as well as working together with communities to source the grains so that everybody's benefiting, the customers, the farmers, the staff, and everyone.
So how is the situation in Ghana? Is it easy to get organic products?
I think that it's not easy to know if the products are organic or not. And so one thing that makes it easier for us is just that we have learned from talking to different professors and agronomists in Ghana that these crops are usually not grown with pesticides and other chemicals. But for now, we're not so sure.
So at the Permaculture Institute, you grow organic, but you have a different name to call it permaculture. What does it mean?
Okay, when we say permaculture, it's not differently from when we talk about sustainable agriculture, but sustainable agriculture is a term used by general normal people who don't add certain principles and ethics and codes. That's why permaculture means like permanent and agriculture. So when you mix the permanent agriculture together, why we bringing permaculture into more tropical region of Ghana is this. Ghana farmers only do a few seasons in their farming. They don't care for seed, they don't care for value addition, they don't care for anything else than going to the field after harvesting, sell to the market, and that is all. So when bringing permaculture principle, we expect them to be more occupied and more engaged throughout the whole year of their production, instead of just rushing. And when they rush, is what they bring out is this. They go for more easy chemicals that can help them to do the quick cropping and then fertilization of the chemical fertilizers. Then so they do mostly conventional farming. That doesn't help the economy through health and all that. So, and also unemployment is growing higher, because if let's say 10 persons have to do an acre of farm through weeding, one person can use a chemical and weed all the whole place. So it seems like instead of we using unemployment as even food production, because for example, what we feel in permaculture is this: if you are satisfied, you don't think evil. But when you're hungry, that is when people begin to think all kind of negativity, and their brain will not settle them. So if we're talking about unemployment and we can do food production alone, when we are satisfied, I think we can start from there as a nation. So we don't want, for example, something like Monsanto. Monsanto came to influence our parliament some time ago through the big so-called multinational communities, so that people can say, you can, like what they want to imprison us again after all these years of independence is this: when Monsanto come in, because they know most of our farmers are not, I should say they are lazy, but they don't care where their seeds come from, where their inputs into the farm, agro inputs come from. So instead of we having agro-pharmacy, they have agrochemicals. The difference between these two is that you're providing healthy
support for the plants. You're not going to use any chemical base. So in permaculture, what we do is we are only trying to bring permanent agriculture to the sustainable agriculture, so that a farmer will not just get up and go and buy seed, go and buy all chemical, but he can try as much as he can also to produce some of the things that he uses as input in the farm. So we do pesticides, insecticide, we do organic manure, we do like all kind of composting, we do mushroom production, which after you, but in permaculture, the secret is this. One end of a used product is the beginning of another start of a product. So there is a link between all the product that we do. Because in Ghana, what we realize is people waste too much product. Somebody will be producing maybe only soya, and out of the soya, you can have something to feed your animal, something to feed this, something for composting. But just as the one product they get out of it, they throw the rest away. Like when it comes to cassava, apart from banku and fufu we get out of cassava, all the numerous or all kind of chain value we have to add to cassava, we don't do nothing to cassava. We only get, let's say, fufu, banku, and what we can eat out of it. We throw the rest, we starch alone can be added to any other thing to transform. Even paints, the cassava powder can be used for any part of the world, or even when it comes to drugs like paracetamol, all those things. So we need the farmers to think further and not thinking about depending on the market. Because when you go to the market, what happens is post-harvest lost. Everybody goes the same time with the same chemical products. So certain seasons when you go to Aburi, the whole place is flooded with tomato and flies. But another time you go, you buy one tomato for a huge amount of money. So what we're trying to do is we want the farmers to be engaged all year round. Even when it's dry season, you can be doing value addition to what you've produced and doing seed banking and providing your seed for the next future. All these things were practiced by our old ancient system. But now it's because of like everybody is looking for what they can take from nature and quickly satisfy their needs and wants. That is why they are not concentrating on what they can give back to nature. So permaculture, we are consciously drawing people, and this permaculture principle comes from within yourself. It doesn't come from outside for you to go and apply your mind alone on the farm. But when you are calm with yourself, there is a way that you can think within yourself and bring a good result when you think consciously. But when you think abnormally and everything is just like trying to eat and trying to get what you want, you will not settle in your mind. So we bring some trainings that bring calmness to you, the human, to re-see life in a different structure and approach life with a proper win-win situation. That one side where we're doing only chemical farming in Ghana. That's what permaculture practice. Thank you.
So at the institute, you mentioned already some courses. What else do you do to spread the information in the country?
Okay, what we do is we have Permaculture Network Ghana. But the reason why Permaculture Ghana is not much known in the central of Accra is this. When permaculture was started, it was considered to go to more deprived communities. So mostly the northern part of Ghana is having about 8,000 farmers who grow moringa, who have ideas in moringa farming. But now we go there, give them the input, bring them to the institution, give them the necessary advice and idea that needed, because some of the farmers cannot produce to international standard. So there are many products, how the global now is coming as a common village. We are putting the farmers into a standard that they can be able to position themselves to reach every part of the world when people need it. So that it will not be like maybe contamination or certain level of things that have been bringing people from doing international businesses. That is what we do. So some of the things they cannot do for themselves, we bring them to our institution, collect the product from them, and we do the repackaging, resorting, and everything to reach the international standard. So that's why permaculture is not much within the central part of Ghana and like Accra, but when you go from Kumasi, Techiman, and most of the communities northwards, we have a lot of people there who are even, yesterday they were even doing a workshop in, I think in one part of the Boku area. That's why Charles, who's supposed to be here, cannot be here, because he's there to see to it. And then, and the whole project comes from, we get the support from the German government that look into like, you see, the main idea is people doing too much migration in the high seas, and a number of them dying. So there is a way they're trying to use permaculture as a way of people having confidence in themselves that they can establish something in Africa. Why we're not doing anything in Africa is like people think like everything has to come from Europe. But if you can think now like your own cassava, you can add value to it to become a paint, to become something that is well valued you see in the world. That's where we want to reach as permaculture. Thank you.
So right now, do you get finances from Germany, or can you also provide the money for your work by yourself?
Yes, we do these two things. We do a lot of production as well. As I'm telling you about our product, we sell a lot of products, let's say in tons. When I say in tons, like moringa powder, Miss Moringa product mostly. And then like there is a cosmetic company they call Lash. Lash Cosmetic even came to the institution, build up a center, and then strengthen the institution with a cold press machine to get press machine oil out of all kind of seeds. Because, for example, when you go to the Ghana market, what you see now is everybody's talking about fried oil. That's the commonest name. Like when it comes to water, they say pure water. So every oil you see, they say fried oil. So it's become like we don't even know where the oils comes from. So Ghana, we're trying to be closer to what we can see as alternative means of where your food comes from. Because most of the time, if you don't eat what you grow and grow what you eat, you are at the danger of your health. So permaculture is only trying to do more of this thing. So we get funding from the German government, BMZ as well. And currently, I think last year, December, we launched, was it in October or November, we launched a 3-year program again by sustainable agriculture and developing over 100 and something thousand touch directly and indirectly within permaculture sector. So we are broadening our scope in a way that it can be able to reach more people than the way we're doing now. So we are currently running a 3-year program in youth empowerment and women development. And so every month we have 5 days or a week of training for new people, and it's always published online. So people come from all over Ghana to be part of the training every month till next 3 years. That's what we have in
That is great.
Thank you.
That is great. So you mentioned Monsanto. For the people who have never heard that name before, what can you say about Monsanto? And maybe you can also explain the theme of green revolution.
Monsanto is a multi-millionaire company because I don't know whether from the day of let's say slavery or like Africa being the space of many other races of people coming to here to look for their resources, they always find ways and means to imprison Africa or enchain Africa with various ideas and policy. So, and they use big companies that have the funding to promote their ideology. So Monsanto is a company that is promoting artificial alternative for the organic farming. And already in Ghana, we have what we call hybrid seeds. These hybrid seeds are not natural seeds, and most of them advised from the agriculture extension officers. Every day when you use a seed, you have to go and buy a new seed if you want to plant, let's say, an acre of corn. If you buy the seed this year, the same seed is not going to produce you a seed. So you have to leave that food for just like a consumption. Then you go for a new form of seed from the same company. So Monsanto is making to be like a capitalist company which is trying to use the political entities to influence the African community, to imprison them in a way that the secret about Monsanto is about businesses and then the money making. Mostly it's about money, like agenda, the whole agenda is about money. Because the thing is this, when you force people to buy everything from you and you are the producer, that means you monopolize the system. And they can only get through if our political system allow them. And most of our people, since I know myself as a young youth, I don't see a Ghana, apart from Kwame Nkrumah, I don't see a Ghanaian leader who say we have got this amount of money to sustain our economy. Every day after budget, we are looking for source of funding outside. So we expose ourselves too much to this danger in the world. So the politicians are too quick to go for such excuses and then go for some danger, things that like endanger the life of the people. That's what Monsanto is about. So Monsanto is a GMO, genetically modified organism, which only can be, first of all, when they talk of hybrid can be a plant into plant. But now when they talk of GMO, they are going to add genes of animals and other non-existing plants or anything to make sure that they let the plant survive, whether there is a disease, whether there is a sickness or anything. And what they do is, if you plant a GMO plant, you cannot have any other chemical anywhere to protect it until they provide the type of chemical you should be using in your farm. And another secret about Monsanto and GMO is this: if we are neighbors in a farm and I have an acre of GMO food and I didn't get the license from the GMO, as long as you also have the same seed, the GMO have a right to take you to court. These are the kind of system, so confusing system they want to bring to the Ghana system in some time ago in the parliament. So we were organized with Food Sovereignty Ghana, and we took the Ghana government to court to explain to the general public what is the meaning of GMO and Monsanto before they go further and publish the bill. So from that time, that bill has been hanging, and then government have not been able to bring it totally in the open space, but they've been doing other researches in other institutions and like influencing the system to believe that the way and manner, and Africa use some excuses, like they say, we don't have good lands. I don't understand why they say good land, because you can even grow anything on the concrete now. Cassava, in permaculture, we grow things even in baskets, in bags, and everything. You can even grow any food in your trouser. You can just fill them with dirt and quality manure. So we are trying to disprove Monsanto and the Ghana government by telling the people that we don't have good land. So instead of them using permanent agriculture to solve these problems, that's why Monsanto comes in as a negative.
It looks like that one big company takes control of the whole food production in Ghana. So we make a short break, and after that we talk about how the farmers can get their power back.